I've already sent it, so I'm alive.
Oh dear God, I'm
Yeah, no.
scared.
But I'm curious of who's behind here. I gotta be honest.
I don't want. No,
What do you mean? It's just Joe Biden. It's just Joe Biden. What's the problem?
It looks like a really deformed Ellen DeGeneres.
No, I told you, it's Joe Biden.
I believe you, but
I call cap.
That looks like
you know
Ellen
what?
DeGeneres.
You know what? You know what I'm
Here,
gonna
let me
say.
get out of the way.
You guys remember Mac's brother from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah. It could be. It could be
Crazy
him.
work.
I mean, he has
May or may not be him.
He has the home plate shaped face, so it works.
Mm. Okay.
There's a lot of disrespect going on for good old 44. He just got some work done, that's all. He was 46, by the way. 44 was just Obama. I just can't count. If that was Obama, we have a whole other set of problems.
Yeah, there's a whole different issue going on. We're just pulling up on this.
You know, I fell down a rabbit hole the other week when I found out my friend's dog is racist. To the point where I was laughing and kicking my feet at 2 a.m. on their floor, saying that the dog voted for John McCain in the 2008 election, and that was very humorous to me.
Yeah, so Monsters, Jammers, I promise we will talk about esports stuff here, but we like to get sidetracked every now and then.
We do like to banter quite a bit. Yes.
So in other words, another version of OpenNet.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's a lot like OpenNet. Instead, for some reason, we had an entire episode where we spent. Wait, no. Let me go back and look. Where we spent about 20 minutes talking about the movie G-Force. You remember the movie G-Force?
Never heard of it in my life.
Yeah, it was that gerbil animated movie that Disney made, where they're secret agents.
Oh, what the hell?
Don't worry, I got you. Just look in general.
Classic. Absolute classic.
Jesus.
Yeah,
we got sidetracked and talked about that for a little bit.
It's a great movie. It costed $150 million, by the way.
And somehow it turned a profit.
Yep, it did. It doubled its money.
Here's the thing. The word Disney itself adds $150 million to that. Without Disney, it doesn't make $150 million at all.
Well, maybe it breaks even, you know? Who knows?
Then it would have made $150.
You know? Like dollars?
No, pesos.
Pesos.
What the fuck are you doing?
What? What? What?
What image is that?
Oh, it's just Al Gore.
Al Gore.
Why?
You know, I was gonna say like that's Al Gore, but I lacked confidence in the guess. I know on my Minecraft server, I don't remember what the context was, but I had a plugin where you could put up images, and I did just put up an image of Gerald Ford because I thought it was funny at the time.
I say can't see this.
I'm hating the start of this episode. I really am. I'm so sorry, MonsterJamers.
Why is it? Wait, why is the image grayed out? Did Al Gore fucking die?
I don't think so.
Al Gore is fucking
alive.
dead. Can we get 3 crab rays in the chat for Al Gore being fucking dead?
Bro's alive. He's how old are you?
Well, then you have to ungray him out. You have to bring him back.
Bring him back. All right, I got you.
Yeah, like when they grade everybody out for Infinity War, you gotta add the cut. There you go.
All right,
and now he's on Mars.
I don't think that's how Mars works, but okay.
Not. Maybe I just like. No.
What?
It can't be seen in the same picture with Al Gore. You know what that'll do for my career? It's over. GG.
Guys, did Al Gore get canceled?
I don't know. I can't take him in a serious light because all I can think of is the South Park like man bear pig stuff anymore. when I think of Alcor. That's all I've got.
Man.
They apologized to him for that.
Did they? Oh yeah, I guess you're right. They did.
I mean, I can apologize for shooting you. It doesn't unshoot the bullet.
Hey, yeah, but like you could still try, you know. Not stopping you from trying. You say he really
know,
wants to.
I'm
That's
half-
a crazy picture.
I'm half tempted to say some true shit that's gonna get Dex to either give up or at forced to be edit the episode, one of the two.
I don't know. Mega, I trust your judgment. So like, you
No,
do-
I
you do-
don't think it's a good idea because I think Dex would actually slaughter me.
I'm not driving the Pembroke.
You're not. You're not.
I mean, okay, then here I'll
we're
just
not.
rip
Dude,
it.
we're not getting the in life episode. What the
Dear
hell?
God.
Yeah, where's the IRL episode?
Where is it? I'll pull up.
Yo,
Right now.
honestly, listen, we're starting our GoFundMe for the IRL episode at
True.
what I'm assuming is gonna be Stockholm again.
No, that's in China this year.
Yeah.
Guajabal being chilling.
What?
All I know is the John Cena, the fucking Guajabal being chilling.
Oh my god.
The IRL episode in China where I'm probably now blacklisted from the country, but it's fine.
Keep walking, buddy. Keep walking. It's over. It was a good run.
Was a good run.
I
Oh my
haven't
God.
slept in days.
Mm.
This is I should not be given a platform to speak. That is a bad
No,
idea for all involved.
You're given one every week. It's a
Yeah,
choice
but
that is made consciously.
Yeah, but see, this is a week where I haven't slept because of things that I cannot say. Otherwise, Dex will kill me. So, yeah.
You guys generally want to know how I'm feeling right now?
Yeah, of course we do. We care
Yeah,
about
sure,
you.
of
You
course.
know? Yeah,
I
we
mean, I
care.
don't know if I care, but like,
General, check your
curious.
health.
Yeah, sure. It's just the it's.
It's just fucking Tim, dead as fuck.
Uh,
Guys, doesn't Smiling Friends like end tomorrow or some shit?
probably.
Don't we get like the last 2 episodes soon? And then they're just like, yeah, it's over, it's done. We decided we don't want a money printer, so we're just gonna kill it.
They'll still print
Well, they-
money. It just won't be as much, but they'll still print money.
Yeah,
We'll
but the
find a
question
way.
is this money illegal?
We'll find a way to make it legal.
You can launder it.
Why would it be illegal? Smiling Friends is on a legal fucking television network. What part of it is illegal?
The illegal money
can't
they're making.
Exactly.
What
Is it
part
illegally
of the
counterfeiting?
money making? What part of the money making process is illegal? I'm so lost.
I'm sure
So-
in a
somewhere.
realm it could be legal.
Somewhere out there, Turner Broadcasting owns the rights to something that they are just absolutely jacking from.
Oh,
True.
absolutely.
You just gotta believe it, you know? You gotta find a way.
This is why we just...
Anything else we want to add before we actually like get going here, or do we want to make me regret choices even more?
I could do that, yeah.
God.
You talk about Smiling Friends, Dex. I hate to tell you. I wanted to tell you off a thing, but I found a new casting partner. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
Didn't he cause the Black Plague?
Yeah, but like, you know,
He also voted Mr. Frog for president.
yeah, but he has accurate predictions, okay? He's like the reverse Bad Pachamari. Like if he says it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
I haven't seen
I don't know
BP
if
in
that's
a
a-
while. Maybe he's actually gone.
No, so BP is locked out of his main Twitter account because he lost the password.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah,
then
true,
he
true.
just does dumb things on his alt. I don't think he makes predictions anymore. Did I ever tell you all the lore of how I gave BP his curse?
Sure,
No.
go ahead. Tell us it.
No, this was back in the days of a vast chat, right? And it was before BP was getting shit wrong when he unironically was just shit posting, making memes, didn't make predictions. He made some meme. I can't remember what it was, but I replied to it, and I said, "BP, just miss once," and he's never hit since.
Next time he makes a prediction, just say BP hit once, please, and maybe it will lift the curse.
No, I think it's funnier if I hold him hostage. I'm gonna get $7 British from him. in
Pounds or
exchange for
euros?
freeing him to the
Dollars.
troops.
Pounds or euros? Which one's more valuable right now?
Doug, I'm an American. You
The
think I
pound.
know? You think I know what's worth what?
I think we're getting to the point where we might need to start learning that.
We'll figure out. We'll find a way. We'll find a way.
I don't need to learn a goddamn thing. All right. All I need to learn is my Second Amendment and my beer. Okay, Kona W.
Beer is just piss water. Next question.
Dude, beer is fucking disgusting. I had a fucking beer the other day. That shit, it aggravated me how awful it was. Like I was actually just pissed off instead of enjoying myself.
There are people who
Why?
go.
What were you anticipating?
Yeah.
Doug, I was having a really bad day. I was like, I need a drink. My friend's like, here, we got beer. Come over. And I come
It's
over
not.
and they hand me a fucking beer, a fucking Corona, fresh out of the
Oh,
fridge. And they're like, listen, we're even gonna fancy it up. We're gonna put some lime in it, right? They cut a lime slice, they squeezed it in there, didn't do shit. Still
You
tasted
don't
like
squeeze
piss.
it. You don't squeeze it. You put the whole thing in. You slice it and you just get it in there. You shove it in there.
Hunter,
I don't get it. I'm not a beer connoisseur. I'm not a fan of beer. I'll drink beer if it's like what's it called? What's it called? Dex, you know what it's called, right?
I don't drink.
social drinking.
No, well,
what
social
you're gonna say?
drinking, yeah, yeah. I have a family of alcoholics, so I tend to drink from time to time. That's a
Yeah,
joke. They're not.
I
they're
only
not
want to
him.
drink because I want to drink to forget. Hard alcohol is the only real thing. Everything else sucks.
I may have drinking a lot because I forget a lot of things. I guess I
I
forget that
forget a
drink
lot of
too.
things too. It's something between.
What are we
Apparently,
doing
according
here?
to my doctor, it's something to do with clinical depression, where you just forget things.
What?
Yeah.
Hey Dex,
That's
we're like
part of
15
I'm not gonna
minutes
beer.
in. Do you wanna be saved? Do you wanna?
No, I'm gonna get us on track here. I'm gonna get us
Okay.
going. Just I need a
Okay,
moment.
you got a boss, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. You got this. We have utter faith in you as our supreme leader.
That would be horrible.
Supreme leader, what the fuck?
Yeah, not even Mega wants that. Like,
Winnie the Pooh head ass. Anyway.
Yeah, supreme leader. You got this.
Oh wait, no, wait. I might be racist. I meant Kim Jong Un, and I made a joke about Xi Jinping. I'm racist. It's over.
That's crazy.
It just clicked in my mind.
the first fucking 13 minutes of this episode are a goddamn nightmare.
13 minutes. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm
Oh
not
my
gonna.
God.
I'm not gonna make
Jammers,
it worse.
let me ask you: has this ever happened on OpenNet?
I don't know about quite to this extent, but there have definitely been some tangents.
And I imagine
I don't know if it's quite. I don't know if it's quite down the road that we've gone down, but
yeah. We'll talk about OpenNet a little bit later down the line here, but let's actually get this episode started because, dear God, this is a. I don't know where to rank this in beginners of all. Now this is our 60th episode.
Number 1.
High, very high.
I'm thinking I'm going the other way with that, but okay. Jammers, before we get started with some of our normal questions, I want to give you the opportunity to kind of give us a brief introduction of yourself. And basically all I'm asking for is what games you work in and what roles you normally do within those games.
So, on the production side, I've really only worked in Rocket League, Games, MonsterJamers. Main thing, like very first product thing I actually did was back in like 2017 or 18. I can't quite remember what year it was. I actually worked as an MO for CCA for about a year. Got the lobby set up, got everybody kind of tested, and then actually ran some back end functions for, I think what is nowadays CCA B stream. Could be wrong on that. From there, helped out a little bit with an organization called Ascending Champions Esports, where I was a tournament admin, and helped out a little bit with production, but not too much. Which back then, Ascending Champions Esports, or ACE as it was called, was a partner of what was MLD back then, minor league doubles, which nowadays we all know as minor league esports, or MLE. Which that I have been in for coming up on 9 years this August. So with minor league esports, I've been a moderator, been in a couple different coordinator spots, helped out with missions, played the week, been in just a couple of various roles. Stepped back, and now I've gotten back onto the production side to help out on that side, and been doing that for about a year, maybe a little bit over. So been a long time coming, but that's, I guess, a very brief synopsis of what I've done.
Yeah, and just so for everyone who doesn't know, because like I said, my parents listen to this. CCA that's College Call Bar. Holy fuck, College Carball Association, right?
Yeah, yes.
Eventually, I can speak.
The lower, kind of the lower end to Collegiate Rocket League, or CRL.
Yeah,
So.
which I'm CRL. It's going full swing right now, right? Like I've seen a lot of people talking about it. It's getting. I mean, we're getting towards the end of the school year, so I feel like we're starting to see a lot of like the stuff actually get to its peak right now.
I believe they are just about getting back into the swing of the spring season, albeit I could be wrong on that. I don't follow that side of Rocket League too much.
That's fair. It's like we've kind of talked about it here because while the three of us are mostly in Overwatch. I mean, Hunter's dabbled in Rocket League. You know, I'm very much in Rocket League. Mega, I don't think has, but she knows of it. But we've all tried to get into the collegiate scene a little bit more, and it just feels like it's very hard to get into it. Honestly, it really does.
It absolutely is, and honestly, that's one thing I've kind of talked about a little bit behind the scenes with the various match officials that we've gone, or that help us out, and honestly, Half-Ass Wade and some of the other minor league esports higher-ups. Is that I wonder what would have happened had I actually stuck around in CCA, where it would be at this point down the line.
Yeah.
But nowadays, it's just so hard to. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Dex.
You're fine. I didn't know you were still going. That's my bad.
No, you're okay. If anything, that's one of the main reasons I don't cast myself, and I stay a little bit more behind the camera, because I don't quite know how to read those things, albeit I'm sure with enough practice I probably could get there. But for me, like, even just nowadays, like, just staying alive, JSA and Pandy both kind of talked about, like, getting up to the higher ends of esports is extremely difficult to get into. So I feel for them, but I believe them. They'll get there, and they'll get into the roles that they want.
Yeah, and Pandy, that's someone we've had on the podcast before. Granted, I think almost at this point it's been, I think we're nearing like almost a year since Pandy's been on. He wasn't one of the first episodes, but I know he was within the first 15 episodes we had.
Okay.
And I mean, hell, Pandy's still in the server, which kind of surprised by that. But like, I'm surprised, like, knowing Pandy and knowing that, like, I'm kind of surprised he hasn't at least broken into like the higher stuff of collegiate just yet, because of how, like, I'm forgetting like the precise he is with all of the stuff that he works on.
I could also kind of be wrong as to exactly what all him and JSA work on, but I know at the very least they both help out NRG actually with their team streams and some other production stuff. So they have, I don't know if they've specifically gone to like worlds in various lands because of NRG or just in general as fans. Probably a bit of both even. But they've at least gotten onto the team side of esports. I think one of their goals has been maybe to at least get into more of a general side of esports where they're helping out like Epic Games with RLCS broadcasts, that sort of thing. But from what I also understand is that they're trying to go for even bigger than kind of esports. If we're being quite honest, and they're going for like ESPN productions, actual like television broadcasts and proper productions where they literally have semi trucks that run their shows.
Yeah, we had Pandy on. I remember him talking about that. We also had someone on recently, Time to Light, who through the school that he is going to right now actually has like the ESPN Plus production package. So he works traditional sports as well, and he has that stuff all ready to go. We also had why am I forgetting his name? Llama on a couple weeks ago, who very much talked about working traditional sports and all that stuff as well, and how esports has been able to help him out with that. But moving on now to we have two general questions that we kind of ask every one of our guests here. Very simple, kind of back-to-back questions. I just want to know, or we want to know, what got you into doing stuff what got you into esports, and what got you into doing stuff with esports prod?
So, main thing that actually got me into esports in general, way back in 2016, I had seen a Twitter post that was made by a league called Rocket Hockey League, or RHL, that does snow day for Rocket League and has been running a league for, I want to say, the better part of 10 years. I could be wrong as to whether or not they're still around. I want to say so. So they kind of got me kicked off. From there, I had looked into signing up for minor league doubles, which was MLE at the time, and went on from there. What had got me into the production side of esports was the fact that I've been wanting to stream for honestly quite a while. Just haven't had like really the capability until about a year and a half ago or so. And seeing that minor league esports had some openings between being match official and being a broadcaster. So I had went to Pandy, JSA, and kind of all those guys and said, hey, if you guys need help, I'm here to help. I'm down to learn whatever, and teach me, and I'll be there. And here we are, year to year and a half later.
Yeah, and I mean, we always talk about how like willing people are to help, especially in like a lot of these community and grassroots leagues. Much of like what MLE is, because we talk about a lot with like the Overwatch leagues that we're in, where there's so many people on the prod side who will take time out of their days or nights to be able to kind of help people learn how to actually do everything. And like you said, Pandy and JSA, I definitely know are two people who do that. Well, like, what was one of the first things that they kind of taught you when like they're teaching, like, okay, here's what you need to do to get a good idea of this?
Main thing they were actually teaching me to do was how to use OBS itself, and through using various OBS features, how to then run the packages that not only main broadcast uses, but then OpenNet uses. And there's actually another guy who's no longer in minor league esports named Isaiah that also kind of helped me out a little bit in some of those senses. And at that point, once they had taught me like some of those first kind of features and how their packages kind of integrated, just to let the ball keep rolling from there.
Yeah, and I mean, we've all had to learn OBS packages as well. We have a good producer friend who swears by vMix, but the majority of people that we know use OBS still. Like, and I think Hunter would probably be the better one to talk about this right now, and maybe Mega a little bit, because they both have ran streams for co-streaming we do with Face It for Face It League, where we don't have packages that are kind of like fully built. Hunter has made some transitions. I know Mega's got you did get a package made by Echo, right?
Yeah, I basically commandeered the one she made for my school's team because they never paid her for it, and so it's still technically her property. And yeah,
But let me ask this for both Hunter Jammers and Mega. Like when you guys were learning those packages, I know Hunter, it's not really a package for what we do, but for when learning these packages, like what's the first thing that like you guys kind of had to get down pat when it came to like learning those things?
For me, the main thing with the packages I was having to kind of get down was mostly just how for OpenNet specifically was kind of where certain things had to get placed, like play of the week clips, nameplates, various video clips, and various graphics, all had to get put into reasonably specific spots, albeit they're all kind of easy to find once you do have it kind of down. And then for the main broadcast side, and actually kind of the affiliate broadcast side, even just a little bit before that, learning how the control panels worked, that then integrated into the package, so that way everything could run a little bit smoother and display everything properly.
Yeah, getting that down was pretty important, and there is a science to it, obviously, to where if you do get it down pat, everything just runs seamlessly. Like, there's a reason we have these producers out here that it's like, man, how do they actually do it? And it's because they've optimized everything perfectly. And even I don't have anything optimized perfectly at this point. For as long as I've been, quote unquote producing for. Or there are still times where we're ready to go, and I'm like, all right, let me unmute you now, and then I'll unmute me, and then we'll go in. It's like, no, there are ways to do this where it's like you don't have to unmute or mute anything. It'll just automate. It'll do what it's supposed to do. But that's been the simplest thing that I need to learn more of, and I think I'm still learning a lot about right now.
I mean, I know for me to speak on optimization, Echo actually loves the fact that I use her package, and she's the one who set me up on it purely because she has basically constantly been making updates to it and stuff like that to make it idiot proof is what she calls it. And basically, I am the test idiot that is like, let's see how simple I can make it and how much efficiency I can put into things. That way, even somebody as dumb as this bitch can fucking put it together and use it.
Like, you're not that stupid.
Oh, you'd be surprised. I'm a stupid motherfucker.
Means it's a really good package. Simple as that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hire Echo_20 for whatever the fuck you want, because she's great.
Amazing.
People got like I'll say completely off topic from at least packages. I had a college professor when I was doing a lot of my like heavy duty engineering classes. He had the phrase KISS, which was just keep it simple, stupid. Because you always he said you always have to, when you're designing something, design it for the dumbest person in the world. If you don't do it that way, you're gonna have problems. You'll get sued. Basically, is what he said.
Yeah,
Getting sued is not fun.
Correct. Honestly, I've heard that one before, and it honestly wouldn't surprise me. I will say I kind of apologize to JSA because he's been one of the big ones that's helped kind of build our package, especially kind of more recent iterations of it. But it wouldn't surprise me if he's had to do that in certain portions of it for me. But I'm very grateful for what he has done to help build that package, considering how far it has come and even how much further it is going to go, because it is going to get insane.
Is this the OpenNet package or just the general like MLE game package?
Main broadcast package, albeit he has helped build a control panel for the OpenNet side that has helped automate some of that side or some of that package as well.
Yeah, like, and I'm trying to pull up an old MLE stream so I can show what the package looks like right now, or at least the games. I'll maybe pull up one, and I'll try to find one for OpenNet as well. But like the package that's running right now in MLE is actually really nice. Keep on forgetting to mute all the tabs when I open them. So you guys won't hear it, but the people watching will. I'm just making sure I mute all of them because you don't need to hear 4 fucking minutes of ads on a video. What the fuck?
And to say the least, Twitch has done some pretty stupid things, including the fact that we can only keep, I think, what is it, like 100 or 120 some odd hours worth of VODs now. So we are kind of really forced to archive things now, but we're making it work. So
yeah. So this is the package that this for just normal MLE games, which I think is really nice. I remember when Pandy was making this one because I was talking to him about it, and it was, I mean, if you've ever watched, I think it was NHL hockey, you would notice this one very easily because this is what NBC used to run, like at least the scoreboard part of the top left as their look. But like this is a very clean package and very different from a lot of like other Rocket League leagues that you see out there, even the main like professional league.
100%. Honestly, I do love this package. It is very nice and very clean, like you were saying. The only thing that I personally probably don't really care for is the fact that we have kind of used this score bug for a bit, but I believe it wouldn't surprise me if that gets changed here soon, albeit I'm not too sure exactly what that's going to happen. Have heard rumors of there maybe being some things in the works, but I cannot exactly say what may or may not get updated in the near-ish future.
One thing I do like about this score bug is eventually, like I know it's an option that whoever's the producer can put up there is like the stats for something like this many shots, this many goals. And I only love it because I keep track of demos. So I'll say, oh yeah, here's how many demos. I'm like, wait, fuck, I'm wrong. Shit, where did I miss one?
You know, that honestly is one thing that's really been nice about this package is that we on they're called pop outs. Like you were just talking, we can pop the stats out on or just below the score bug or the main part of the score bug to show like how many shots each team has, how many demos each team has, how many goals they have within the series, so on and so forth.
Yeah, and I imagine there's a lot of back end stuff to make that work, which is I know it's overcomplicated for me. I don't know how much you know about how that works. I imagine it's just reading an API that's running in the background of like the game, because I know in certain Overwatch like codes they have APIs that do like just straight up feed to a Google Doc so that you can get all the stats from a certain game.
I would imagine that's kind of similarly to how this one works. I'm not too entirely sure. Again, JSA would probably know more of that because he's built out a lot of this. But we do use Buckets Mod at the moment for it, or as kind of an integration between the actual game and the control panel that then feeds the package. So we're not too sure as to whether or not things are going to happen here in the next couple months, but or even in the next few weeks now. I think about it because I believe that the next push is going to come out in April. But
In time for playoffs?
I maybe Not too sure. At least maybe not so much of the package, but it sounds. I'm sure you've heard Dex, but it sounds
little
like
bit.
Bacchus mod may or may not be getting
Ye-
killed off.
Yeah, we'll talk about more stuff just going on in general Rocket with general Rocket League here in a little bit. But yeah, didn't they make it where Bacchus mod is like a bannable thing now?
Pretty close to it. I want to say I can't remember all the exact details behind it, and I apologize for not
That's
being able
fine.
to remember like exact details. But I want to say things like Bacchus mod or even Bacchus mod itself is pretty close to being bannable, albeit it does sound like those Epic and those who use that kind of stuff for RLCS prod are getting kind of their own version of it, because it sounds like that's what they were using.
You know it's a
So-
problem. You know it's a problem when like official streams are using something that the people who made the game were saying is a bannable thing. You can't use this anymore, but everyone's using it.
Yeah, it's come around to make some pretty interesting situations from what it sounds like, but one way or another, we will make things work out and always try to put on the best show that we can.
Always. I mean, I think that's the main goal for everyone in prod is to put out the highest quality thing you possibly can at all times, even if you know it's maybe not the best thing out there, like the best product. You're trying to make sure you're at least presenting it in the best possible way you can here. But let's actually move on to the second part of the two-part question here. I know we talked about learning OBS and packages there for a little bit, but Jammers, I want to know what keeps you coming back to doing stuff within esports prod, just esports in general.
Honestly, most of it is the people that I work with. Udex, Onyx, Pandy, JSA, Half Pass. A lot of it is because I love the people that we that we have within the production team. Not to mention the fact that I've honestly just kind of started to fall in love with this side of esports itself. So kind of those two things combined together, if you will, have kept me kind of going.
Yeah, and like, here's the thing. This is now the 60th time we've asked that question. I feel like 2/3 of those times, the answer has been the people, and every time it's maybe one of the only answers that we have on this podcast that I'm happy every time someone says like what keeps you coming back. It's the people, because we talked about it earlier on a little bit with just how fun some of the people are that we work with, how great some people are. But like if the people weren't good, it doesn't matter how much fun you're having. I think you wouldn't necessarily stick around long enough. I know Hunter can attest to that. I know Mega can attest to that, as they've also been doing this for now 60, actually a little bit over 60 weeks with me. No matter how many times Mega says she's wants me to make her quit or wants me to fire her.
I'm waiting for the
Yeah.
day.
It's not coming.
Again, we will talk about this.
Yeah,
We'll talk about it after. But like the people are so, like we've talked about so much. The people are incredible. Like you said, every one of those names that you mentioned, like people you love working with, is exact same things. Like I could generally go into a cast in MLE, a cast in CGL, in BPL, and be working with a completely different crew of people every time, but I know them all. They'll be completely different, but I know them. I know the camaraderie we have. I know the inside jokes of the whatever league it is, and they know it as well. And it's just so fun to be able, especially before like a series gets started, to just kind of sit in the voice chat and just kind of shit like verbally shit post with everyone.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, not only that, like working with guys I've already listed, but I mean even just like Pyrus Squared, Zoofy. There's probably even some names that I'm forgetting, and I apologize. But I mean, not to even go like too deep into just kind of life, but you could honestly say that honestly, if you don't surround yourself with the right people, or if it wasn't for like the right people at your job, you wouldn't be sticking there, right? So I mean, that's one of the things that keeps not only me, but I'm sure, or if I had to guess, keeps all of you guys going in your various endeavors.
Yeah. Mega Hunter, you guys agree with that, or do you guys want to say no? You're just doing it out of spite.
I mean, like honestly, like I've talked about this at length already. Like, I'm truly at a point where I'm like, yeah, I don't know if this is for me anymore. But like, the thing that does keep me here is the people. Like that pretty much is the only thing guaranteed keeping me here, awake and alert. Like pretty much anytime I do anything. So
Yeah. It's definitely the people, but I don't know. I think I've been around long enough to have a sense of jadedness, and we'll see where that goes from here. That's all I gotta say.
You're getting an edge now.
Yeah, I can't make that joke. Can't make that joke.
No, but I will say this: you did like the second part of what keeps you coming back. Your general love for like what you're doing. I think that's another big thing. Like that's probably the next most common answer we get is like people have generally just fallen in love with doing stuff behind the scenes that they maybe didn't think was possible at first. So it was just like they were doing it maybe because the first time they did it, one of their friends was doing it. They just kind of wanted to, still talk to them, but they said, fine, I'll help since, you're going to be here anyway. But it's always fun just to generally, like, we had someone on a couple weeks ago, or maybe about a month and a half ago at this point, called HD Philly. And when we had him on, or HD Philly B, cannot forget the B. When we had him on, he basically told us how he was really excited to be on it because he had no like outlet to talk about esports with any of his real life friends. So whenever he's in a VC before a cast and after cast, you can see he's really like talking to everyone, trying to get it, like trying to become good friends with everyone, and that's always such a great thing.
I completely agree, because I mean, honestly, I know I'm kind of getting redundant at this point, but if it isn't for that kind of atmosphere, then who knows if I would still be here all this time later.
Yeah, and I mean, I would say this: don't feel bad about it potentially feeling like it's being redundant. This is the 60th episode of this podcast. We've asked 59 other people these questions. At least this one.
Fair enough.
At least this one. And if anyone's listened to all the episodes, they will find a pattern in some of the stuff. But it's always fun to hear someone else say, it might be redundant to hear the same thing over again, but to explain why it's that same redundancy here. Because it might be a little different, it might be vastly different each time.
Sure.
If there's someone that's listened to all 60 episodes of this podcast, may God have mercy upon their soul, whoever they may be.
Hunter, you casted with them last week.
Did? Who did I cast with last week? Who did
You went to EU for this one.
Week? I did. I went to EU. I actually flew out to EU specifically to do one cast only. Yeah, that's how it went down. Well, let me check my sheet. Let me check my sheet really quick.
Hunter, you casted with 2 other people in the last 3 weeks.
Incorrect. It's more like 4.
I hope she kills you when you figure out who.
Like, you can't be mad at me, okay? You can't be mad. I know you're talking about, but I like joking. It's just literally one other option.
I am gonna
Do me an honor.
Okay, but I mean, working on this stuff, especially in Rocket League. Let's just generally talk about what's going on with Rocket League right now, because it's an overarching thing of what's going on just in the gaming world as well, and it is affecting not only Rocket League, but because we only kind of give a shit about the Rocket League portion of it. We can talk about that, where, I mean, Epic made changes to Bacchus mod, where it's not being used anymore. They also laid off 1,000 people, and like I saw the Twitter reaction to that, where there was a lot of, I think, professional players and like fringe pro players who like were talking about how this wasn't a good thing just for the scene of Rocket League, especially at the professional level. And it always kind of feels like ever since Rocket League got, I'm gonna say bought by Epic, or Psyonix got bought by Epic, it seems like there's been this weird kind of back and forth with Rocket League and Rocket League, like the esports scene, where the esport is kind of back and forth on it's doing great or oh my god it's so down bad.
Yeah, it honestly has been kind of in a weird spot since that transition period, I guess, from Psyonix being kind of their own entity to getting bought out by Epic, to the point where, like, nowadays it is hard to get into the production side of what they all do, but also just to even generally bring people on and be able to keep them and have or keep all those like 1,000 jobs that they just laid off. But at the same time, it's made things even kind of wishy-washy down here at like the grassroots level, to the point where, kind of going back to that Bacchus mod situation, we may or may not be having to adjust adjust packages if we need to go back to something more standard from like the RLCS Season 6 days, where the in-game score bug was getting used and then teams were getting labeled on like either side of it or something to that extent.
Yeah, I remember shit, I actually just clicked on the Xbox fucking thing on my computer. I hope it doesn't open up. I remember when I was doing stuff where I was making graphics for my collegiate team at the time when I was there, and I knew nothing about how to make a package. I was doing exactly that with the Rocket League scoreboards. It would be the normal in-game scoreboard, and I'd have just 2 bars right next to it that showed off the names of the schools, so that it would be very easy to figure out who was who, because for the most part, it was, we're always trying to appeal. Actually, let's see if I can open this up real quick. But it was always trying to appeal to what my program director said at the time. We're trying to get the outside audience to at least get into it a little bit. So 1 second here. So something like this.
Yeah.
Which, again, not the worst thing in the world, because it's easy, but like we already saw MLEs. I know what RLCS looks like, and how a lot of how the other collegiate broadcasts do it as well. It's always very interesting to see how everyone has a different take on it.
Agree. I completely agree. And I mean, honestly, there is, like, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the packages that are out nowadays between like what we've got from LE, what CRL has, and even RLCS has nowadays. But at the same time, honestly, there is something pretty nice about the simplicity of a package that was something similar to that was just shown, to the point where all you have is just the in-game score bug, bar on either side to show who has what side, and the series score, and that's that. It's easy, digestible, or as opposed to being a little bit busier, but also being able to show more.
Yeah, and especially for a game like Rocket League, because everyone that we've had on the past who has done stuff with Rocket League, it might be the most like user-friendly esport out there for putting on productions, because all you really need is to have the players and have someone there running the lobby. Because outside that, you can put it on director cam or auto cam, and it will just like broadcast it, not perfectly, but it'll still give you a high quality broadcast.
100%. I mean, honestly, that's one thing that's even been kind of nice as Rocket League has progressed, is that they've made adjustments to like the director cam, the auto cam, and all those kind of different cams to try to give you the best shot as things go along, and still being able to put out a pretty high quality broadcast with a relatively skeleton crew.
Yeah. And I mean, we could talk about it from the state of Overwatch, where like it's impossible just to have something where it's like, okay, here's an auto cam, and it gives you good angles of everything, because it would give you the worst angles if you left it up to a computer. Like, that's like we have so many like good friends who are observers in games like in games like Overwatch and Marvel Rivals. I think we've had a lot of people who have dabbled and who do actually work in Valorant as well, and they all talk about how every one of those games, even though it's very similar with an observer, you have to do it very differently. Rocket League, though, like we said, it's on its own. You can just kind of set to its own thing. I know. I remember last season's for MLE playoffs. It wasn't Pandy who was really trying to get like the free cam thing going, where he would just be, or someone was trying to get the free cam thing going, because I remember that was a something that one person was doing a lot, where it'd be like just a free cam perspective.
Yeah, and I mean, I want to say that was JSA who was trying to get that going, which honestly, it is pretty nice to be able to have that, so that way you can kind of get different shots. You can follow the ball more. You can follow a certain player a bit more if you want to, but also still be able to get a wider perspective of the rest of the field. Um, there are multiple ways to kind of go about that, but that is, I believe that's something we're kind of exploring. I could be wrong. But naturally, there are going to be upsides and kind of downsides to that, because then that means, depending on if it's like a doubles lobby or a standard lobby, then that might mean, one of you guys has to not be in the lobby and has to kind of then watch through their cam, which might cause a bit of a delay between what's actually happening on the field versus what's getting talked about.
Yeah. A weird thing that, like, when you brought up like having to watch through someone else, I just remember, I think it was last season with MLE, where if I had any game that started at 9 p.m., it's like, oh, Dex can't do it. His internet dies at 9:15. Without a doubt, it was like 9 o'clock. The first game, fine. Second game gets going. Oh, Dex has left the lobby.
Yeah, I mean, that one honestly was just kind of, I feel like, was a very big coincidence that just happened so many times.
It happened
over.
It happened 5 weeks in a row.
Yeah, it was absolutely uncanny. But it might get brought back. Not too entirely sure. But again, just like everything, there are ups and downs to it. Because I mean, it provides you a lot of different shots, but at the same time, it might not, or it's a little bit of a different pace, I guess,
Yeah.
for the commentators, especially for those who aren't quite necessarily used to it. But it honestly is kind of nice in some aspects. So we'll see.
And let's keep talking about maybe the hard parts about doing Rocket League productions, because like we just highlighted, maybe the, like, I'll go out there on a limb, and like I already said, most user friendly game out there to probably observe and have a broadcast on. What are some of the hard parts, in your opinion, about actually putting on a full Rocket League production?
Some of the harder things, more so one that's actually been kind of happening a lot recently, as I'm sure you've seen, is just finding enough people to staff a full show. Because life happens, not everybody's able to be around at the same time, or too many people are available at the same time, and we can't exactly stretch that. So I mean, just getting availability for like a full 3-hour show
Hmm.
isn't something that's necessarily easy to be able to make happen all the time, but it's something that does get kind of done uh, eventually, I guess. Maybe isn't quite the word, but
Yeah.
it does end up happening so that way a full show can happen. One of the kind of other hard things is, and not to just completely crap on, you know, some people, but just honestly paying attention to when you or your team is going on
Mhm.
stream, like what that broadcast schedule looks like. Because I mean, for minor league esports, for example, which I'm sure is kind of the basis with a lot of esports leagues, we put out the broadcast schedule, if not before the first week, then like the day or so before the first show.
Hmm.
So now we're at the point where we just ran match 8, but there was an instance where on the broadcast schedule we had a match scheduled to be on the show for last night actually, and it was played Thursday. When, I'm sorry, it takes like 30 seconds out of the, even if we're being conservative, like 3-day scheduling period that minor league esports allows franchises to schedule their games. It takes like 30 seconds to go look at that broadcast schedule and see, hey, we're on stream this week, and then go tell your team, hey, who's available,
Mhm.
and go from there. So just, I wish people would more so pay attention to stuff like that, and just also seeing the rules as to what you need to do to be on stream.
Yeah. Like, and I'll immediately compare that to what the three of us here kind of deal with or how we know it works with one of the Overwatch leagues we cast in, of CGL, or the console gaming league, which is not just console, it is PC as well now. But and it's, we'll probably touch on this a little bit later as well. But whenever your team gets picked, whenever your team's games gets picked to stream, everyone that's listed as a coach or a manager gets a message saying like, "Hey, your guys' game is going to be streamed, and like, here's a couple things you have to, like, you guys have selected this time. It'll be whatever time the two teams agreed on, whether it be 8 or 9 o'clock." And then the only other thing they'll ask them to do is like, "Hey, please fill out this form. It is a team sheet. Have your players' names there, their BattleNet or their in-game names, so that you can get invited to the lobby. How you pronounce the name, so everyone doesn't mess that up. And then just pronouns, and then maybe there's some fun facts there. But it's always surprising because this happened, I think, for Thursday. I think I casted Thursday for CGL, where a team just straight up forgot that they had scheduled their game for that night, and everyone was off doing a completely different thing, even though it was a we were only covering that game late because the game that we were originally going to cover was moved about 3 hours before. They had to reschedule it to we had to reschedule what game we were going to cover. So that means that the coaches and some of the players got the notice, like saying, "Hey, you guys' game tonight at 8 is going to be streamed. Be ready for that." And they just completely ignored it.
Yeah, we love that. And I mean, for kind of to speak a little bit on the instance from last night, that's uh, like we didn't find out about that until, or we didn't figure that out until like an hour or so before we were set to go live, or maybe a couple hours. So it, when stuff like that happens, like if you realize it, which thankfully Onyx had realized and then kind of told us, um, like tell us, so that way we can at least have some notice to try to figure out a backup plan. Because if something like that doesn't get noticed, and then we come time to go live and nobody's here, it's like, hey, what the hell?
Hmm.
So it just kind of puts everybody in a bad spot. And I mean, again, like life happens, things happen, but just communicate along the way.
Yeah, and I'll touch on, or I'll ask Hunter and Mega to touch on this as well. Like, they've been a part of more teams than I have, who have been a part of or just in these games, and they've had to schedule stuff with other teams, especially being the caster, where stuff will pop up very late for games, and sometimes you'll just accept it. Like, what have you guys done in this situation? Hunter, you look like you have something ready to go with how.
No, I wish I did. Honestly, I'm just doing the classic villain where he taps the fingers. Yes,
Well, if Hunter doesn't have anything, then I mean, I've already stated this before. Players just don't deserve rights. They just don't. Like I get life happens. However, if you're scheduling a time to play where there's only 5 team members available, none of your subs or anything like that would be able to come in or anything like that, then you fucked up scheduling. Don't care, skill issue, bow type shit. Fucking just schedule better. Don't come
yeah.
don't come crying to me. You're a pain in my ass, and go fuck yourself.
Well, Dex, I know you don't like to hear this, but Mega's absolutely correct. Listen, if you mess up, that's on you.
About
If
the
you just say,
messing
"Hey,"
up or the no rights thing?
well, let's discuss the first one before we get a hold up ourselves here, okay? Listen, if you say, "Hey, we can't do the typical time. Can we do like Saturday at 7?" It's like, "Yeah, we could do Saturday at 7. All right, cool." And they come to you Saturday afternoon like, "Hey, we suddenly can't do it." It's like, "Well, that's too bad. That really sucks." Unfortunately, we're probably sticking with the time. And it's not a dickish thing. It's that, hey, we agreed on this already. To do anything differently is probably impossible at that stage of the game. It is what it is. Definitely have had like the fair occasions of like, hey, we're to do this, and like the day of it's like, hey, guess what? Can't do it anymore. It's like, and it's Sunday. I'm not sure what you want me to say at this point. We can't do it.
I will say, thankfully, at least kind of for our side, we are about to be putting in a system that will force people to take accountability for it. So those situations are going to be very minimal in the future. So there will be kind of ties into the league ops side of that, to the point where if, or at least hopefully maybe, there will be some league ops ties to that, to the point where they will feel the punishments of, hey, if you do this, then it's not going to be good for you, and you might want to think twice about it before you do it again.
In doubt, to start holding people accountable, and then they will act up very quickly, or straighten it up very quickly.
Accountability on the internet?
Never.
Accountability in
Never.
esports? No.
Zero accountability.
What is accountability anyway? I can't even count.
I think it has to do with money.
Wait, are you an accountant?
Yeah, that's that's the joke.
Can't just go. You can't go along with my own dumbass joke. Okay.
I can't, because I joked first, so I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, but who's on third?
Wait.
Good question.
I don't know if that's how jokes work, but I mean,
neither.
If that's the way the punchline rolls, then
like, regardless, both of your jokes weren't funny. No, like, there's no comedy that has occurred here. and quite frankly, I'm just disappointed.
Damn.
Mega, you've known us for 2 years. This should be pretty normal.
Yeah, I
You're
would have
gonna-
thought that, like, at some point, the natural charisma and funny that I ooze just would have, like, rubbed off, but apparently that's just not the case.
Wait, you're oozing something? What?
Mega,
Alright,
we've used so much of our immaterial. Our immaterial goes into our photos, and there's
You had
everything
A
outside of it is
material?
terrible.
You had
Yeah,
A. Wait, do you
the
even have like?
material
Do you even have E material?
I have like C material. Okay, see, there's C material and there's S material. I have S rank material. It just doesn't exist here on the internet. It just doesn't exist. It doesn't convey. I'm sorry. I wish it did. I wish it did, but it won't. It never will. Maybe it will one day, but I don't think so. You can stay hopeful if you want, but that's
I'm giving
all I
up
can do
hope.
for you.
I'm
Well,
giving
that's-
I'm giving up
that's-
hope.
that's-
Hell,
That's the best long-term decision.
I'm just
right
giving
there.
up.
Just giving up
Do that.
entirely.
Yeah,
Crazy.
like not even just on this, just on everything. Just fuck it, man.
Well, I'm not gonna blame you. You do what you gotta do.
Well,
You better show up Wednesday though. If you don't show up, it's coming out of the payroll.
Again, where are you getting this money from?
Yeah, you're getting
Um,
paid?
I have a beneficiary out in Chile.
In
Very
Chile.
profitable. Yeah, in Chile, very profitable. Very
I think.
profitable.
Are you talking about LCS or Redder's Peru? If you're talking about him.
I'm not. I'm talking. No. I'm talking about Redder. Redder, whole different thing with Redder. But no.
Okay. But, okay. Let's
Yeah,
actually get to the.
I could go on a tirade if you want me to, but I know he doesn't want me to.
I want to
so.
get to the second part of the question I want to talk about.
Man,
because-
you really suck at this podcasting thing.
Okay, see, that was funny. that right there, that was a funny. That was a good one.
Continue, sir.
Okay, but getting on to the second part of the what we talked about there, because we talked about some of the difficulty with just putting on just productions and some of the problems with that. But you brought up a really good thing that is something that is making it hard, and we are experiencing this as well with Overwatch stuff, and that is just having people there to do just broadcast. Because I remember when I first joined MLE, it was like, hey, you might not get something this week just because there's fucking 16 people, because at the time I think they were doing 4-hour streams or 4-hour shows on both nights. And now with like what we do in CGL, it's like they go Wednesday through Sunday, and it's an EU game and a North American game. So that's 10 games. I think this past week they only did 4 games because there's just a staffing problem or just getting people in there. And this is something that, like, we've talked about with other people on, where it's a little bit of a concerning thing, where because we're in the grassroots, we're in the community scene, while there might be more players coming, it's not a good thing if there's nobody coming to the production side as well, because the leagues need the production. If there's no production, then the league itself will probably most likely just slowly die.
100%, because honestly, the production side is majority, maybe not quite the majority, but a large portion of your marketing and how that's the public facing side to your league. So if that dies off, then that's a good portion of your league gone. So honestly, there are various roles to production, like commentating, casting, running OBS, and being a broadcaster, producer, whatever you want to call that kind of role. Being a match admin, to be able to set up the lobbies, make sure everything is running smoothly, everybody's adhering to the rules. I mean, calling the game as like a caster or commentator, or even just helping out with scheduling. There are so many roles in production that, like, if you want to go help out in some way or another, there is probably going to be a role for you to fit into. Just reach out, and go for it. What's it gonna hurt?
Yeah, and I think you bring up a really good thing where like the production side is a lot of the marketing as well, because a lot of the leagues that I'm casting in now, I'm only there because someone within production said like, hey, I need help over here at this league. Are you available this night? Hell, the only reason I'm in MLE was because I forget who it was who like suggested I come over to MLE from United Rogue or UR. And because UR season was ending and MLE still had a couple weeks to go on theirs, and they're like, hey, if you want to keep casting, I have this spot right here, and that's how I got in there. Like, and I know a lot of the people that we know within the Overwatch scene have kind of done that same thing, where it's like they're in this one league, and then someone suggested, well, hey, why don't you come help me out here, and then why don't you come help me out here? So now they're just in every individual league as well, just doing anything behind the scenes.
Absolutely. I mean, just even small roles like that help form a show, whether it be during the week, on the weekend, honestly amount to the bigger picture that everybody gets to see. So, again, if you want to help out, just reach out to somebody or fill out the application or form, whatever it might be, and somebody will get back to you, and more likely than not, there's going to be a role that you can fit in.
Yeah.
So just go for it.
Yeah, and I mean, I've made this joke a lot. Is like the reason I cast is because, God, I fucking suck at the game. I suck at both games I cast. Like I feel like I'm a good caster at both. I wish I was as good of a player as I am a caster. And
I feel you there.
Yeah, and like I don't know how much of that it is in like like an MLE and a lot of the Rocket League productions. I know there's a decent like split with that in the Overwatch stuff that I do, where there are some like incredibly high like ranked players who are doing the prod side just because they like doing that more than playing in these leagues. And there's players that maybe just struggle at the game, much like myself, and would rather just be on the prod side of it rather than playing it as well.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, there probably is a pretty good split to that on the Rocket League side as well. Especially like within minor league esports. Actually, a pretty good example of that is Pandy. He
SSL number one fucking sideswipe player in the world.
Yeah, I mean, he casts FL, but then he plays in Premier League, TL, the highest tier within minor league esports. So there are definitely some guys all the way at the top, but then we also have guys like kind of honestly myself for Big Country who are down in like Foundation League.
I would be in the lowest league possible if I played.
I mean, hey, if that's what you want to go for, then I'm sure somebody somewhere would be more than happy to have you. But I mean, I know, like we've already talked about, life happens. Some games aren't as enjoyable, and we just do what we love. So
yeah, and I mean, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but the three of us are actually on a team, and let's just be honest, it's been you can tell we're definitely the staff team because we've won a game. Have we won 2 games?
We've won 3 games.
You're just bullshitting me now.
One was the bye week.
Yeah, we're 3-3 on the schedule on the leaderboard.
500.
Oh,
you forget a certain thing happened to a certain team that we took a certain map off of.
Okay.
Wink, wink, wink.
Wait, did
no,
they
don't.
Did they bail?
No, Marsupial Madness did a bad thing that they weren't supposed to do, and so they bye-bye. They gone. They don't exist anymore. So now retroactively, every game they have played and subsequently would have played have all turned into 3-0s.
Okay, apparently
So
we're a lot better of a
subsequently-
team than I remember us being.
Well, we got to win a game, and then we should probably be a playoff team. So, okay, good for us.
We're apparently a lot better of a team than I remember us being.
We can unironically top 4 if things go the right
Dear
way.
God.
Have fun with that.
Hey, sounds like a deep playoff run's about to happen.
Yes, sir.
Playoffs is gonna be top 4.
Top 4. I'll take top 4 after that. It's like,
Fuck it.
we'll just pull out. We got our peak. We're
Yeah.
good.
But cutting away from that very abruptly. So you talked about it a little bit earlier on, and I did show it a little bit earlier on as well. You talked about doing OpenNet, which is MLE's podcast. But OpenNet, do you guys consider it a podcast, or you guys look at it as more of a recap and a recap of the week before and a setup for the week coming type thing?
Honestly, kind of a bit of both. We do consider it a podcast in some senses, but we do have kind of segments where we review the previous week through just a straight up review segment, play of the week, and kind of a couple other things. But then one of the other segments that ties into one of the events that MLE has, the MLE event segment specifically, is Pick'ems, where you predict who's going to win what match for the upcoming week. So it's a bit of both, while also kind of being in a bit of a podcast format, because I will kind of admit I don't think we've been exactly great about it this season, albeit I could be wrong. But at least last season's shows are all on like Spotify, and I want to say Apple Podcasts. I could be wrong on. I know they're released on Spotify. I could be wrong as to what other platforms they're on, but they are there if you choose to watch and or listen to them, like in the car, for instance, or just while you're at work. So in that kind of sense, it is a podcast.
Yeah. I want to cast with Big Country again. He's just so fun. But like you talked about having to do the production for this, or the oh fuck, why am I forgetting the word? Guys, I'm fucking stupid. What's the word?
Broadcasting?
Yes, thank you.
Producing?
Yeah, the producing. Yes, that word. That word. That word. Thank you so much. And like, let's talk about like the biggest differences between. I know they're completely different, but what's like some of the biggest differences between producing this and producing like a normal game of what we're seeing here with highlights? I believe actually this is play of the week segments.
It is a play of the week segment. But honestly, kind of the big difference between the two shows is with the main broadcast kind of on the weekend, where we're showcasing various series for that week, and is the fact that package you can almost kind of let run on its own, at least while the games are running, and you're just kind of there as a bit of a button pusher kind of in between, versus OpenNet, where you have to be kind of more into and paying attention to actually what's happening, so that way you can kind of get more of the transitions right, or play the clips kind of on cue, and just be able to run everything a bit more seamlessly to keep everything kind of flowing.
Are you ever in the ears of the guys here saying like, "Hey, we need to move on to the next thing"? Or do you kind of just let them do their own thing?
I kind of am. Usually I don't do it actually verbally, so that way I'm not throwing them off by being kind of in a separate voice chat like how we do for the main broadcast.
Mm.
I usually sit in the control room while they're in a separate voice chat, so that way they just hear each other. I usually don't do it actually verbally through the Video Ninja so they can hear my voice. Giving them time cues so that way it doesn't throw them off. But what I will do is use one of the kind of text chats and ping them to say like, "Hey, we should be," or what's the word I'm kind of looking for? Like, we should be, or let's try to wrap it up and move to the next segment. This is how much time I think we should try to dedicate to this, and then move along. That sort of thing.
Yeah, because like there's definitely been stuff where like I know I've at least done it where, and I actually know Mega and Hunter. I know you guys were on the desk for SNO. Mega, were you on the desk for SNO at one point?
One.
What?
Once.
Yeah. And so like that was a very much a segmented show where they tried to keep it. They treated it as a pregame and a postgame show. For the series of the night, essentially for that, but it'd very much be you would have the producer like speaking to I forget if it was everyone or just the host speaking up saying like, hey, we need to move it along to the next thing because we only have this much time here, and especially like it happens all the time with just normal broadcasts where if a producer like says something to us, there's that moment of just pause from both casters where they stop talking because like, did we fuck up type thing? Like, are we messing up? Are we doing something wrong? And it's like, guys, keep talking. Just
Yeah, so I mean that's why I kind of stay away from doing it like actually verbally, but I'll just use kind of the text room chat to control room chat rather to keep things kind of moving along. But I will say to a certain extent I'll let them or kind of let everybody run in, maybe go on a little tirade here or there. But I do try to keep a little bit of a schedule so that way we're not running on for like 2 hours or a completely unnecessary amount of time.
and that's fair. That's fair, especially because this podcast, when we first started, I had a drop dead time of like, hey, once it hits an hour, I'm gonna start wrapping it up. Now it's like, oh dear God, this goes almost 2 hours every week. I need to figure out if we need to shorten it or not. But I've become better with at least having a certain like drop dead point where it's like, hey, we're gonna start getting into the wrap up part of the episode because I know that guarantees us maybe 10 or 15 more minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, thankfully for us, once we kind of hit that point, we usually, or it's like roughly 5 minutes, maybe 10 at an absolute max. But we do also try to keep it around that kind of hour-ish is what we try to aim for. But there are some days where we run a bit long and end up at like an hour 10 or so. But then there are other times where we're trying to make up a little bit of time, and we end up filling the app a little bit in 0-second play, where I'll just let them run with it for a bit.
And honestly, sometimes I mean, we've done it on this podcast a lot where like I take notes just so I can, have the chapters on the YouTube video. But there's been times where it's like, wow, this was a 25-minute long chapter and we kept on talking about the same exact thing for those 25 minutes. But it's just because everyone's like talking about, like engaging in, which is always really fun. And when that happens, like time just kind of just becomes its own separate thing where you're not focusing on it. So you just don't notice how long you've actually been going for on it.
Yeah, that is one thing that I do kind of like having, albeit if things happen, they happen. It's no big deal. I do try to like keep a certain kind of schedule to keep everything moving because for the most part, everything does have at least some form of a time frame to it. But at the same time, sometimes you just gotta let a good thing run.
Shout out 5 ads coming in this video. L'Oreal, then it's a tax commercial. I bet you I'm gonna get the same tax commercial again. But
You
I
love taxes.
taxes. Guys, are we evading taxes this year? Are we committing tax fraud?
Don't pay taxes.
I'm legally required to say no.
I'm going to double down and say absolutely. Actually, I don't know if y'all saw. I'm trying to find the Twitter post now. There's a tax evader pride flag.
Oh my god.
For those who identify as true tax evaders like myself.
What?
Yeah, hang on. Let me find
Please.
this real quick.
Please find this. Is there really a fucking flag?
What? What in the Al Capone is
No,
this?
A fun fact, I'm related to him, so.
Okay, Mega, you
It
might want to
runs
hide
in
it.
the blood.
Mega, you might want to
What do I
hide it.
wanna
Hunter might be a double agent.
I mean, listen,
Yep.
all I'm saying is, like, there's a reason I openly confess my tax fraud. It's because I'm not scared of the IRS. They do not intimidate me. What's the Flork comment? My house is a tomb for federal agents. Something to that effect.
He sold that. He sold that on a fucking doormat, and I heavily considered buying it.
I want that doormat. I'd put that shit right outside my dorm.
Let me see. Let me see if I can find.
It's crazy. If anything, more so what I find funny is the government. Like I work for the government in, or I'm in training to be an air traffic controller, so they pay me, but it seems like they don't, or in some instances they don't know how to pay their own people correctly. So if the IRS gets mad that they're like I owe them money or something, then maybe they should just go talk to my people and say like, hey. But
My people will talk
then
to
again,
your
it's the
people.
government, so exactly.
Hunter, did you
But-
add the where the hell our money thing?
Yeah, one second. One second. Let me line up the color correctly. There we go.
Mega, have you found the flag?
Yeah, I got it.
I can't wait to see what this looks like. I can't wait.
It even has the explanation of the colors.
Oh God.
Oh, you
Oh
know
my
what?
god.
That's the most depressing flag I've seen.
It's
Oh
very
my
depressing,
God.
actually. Yeah.
Like you think like people who commit
Oh my
tax fraud, it would be
God.
like, yeah, you know, this is awesome, but like gray, a muted green, and dark red.
Ew.
Green represents
My
London
God,
money.
this
Three,
what is that?
three gray lines represent the cold prison bar, and the red lines represent the shame of being caught. I feel like someone needs to redesign this flag because if you're committing it, you're not getting caught. It's only you.
Yeah.
It's only fraud when you get caught. Is there a tax evasion flag?
This is like tax evasion, tax fraud. It covers both.
The sad thing is, I know for a fact if there would be like some investigator who were to see this flag like out for some reason, somebody were to be like flying this flag out in front of their house, and then they go arrest that person, they would absolutely use that as.
Dear God.
There is absolutely someone on
Uh,
government salary looking for this flag.
100%.
Yo, to our TSA agent, everything that we're saying here right now is a joke for comedy reasons.
Yeah, I'm sorry, TSA agent. What the fuck are they supposed to do
Oh my
about
god,
anything?
I'm fucking stupid.
Doug, they're currently not getting paid. They're fucking
NSA.
poor.
Whatever the
They're
fuck
homeless.
it is, Emmett. Dear fucking god, I'm stupid as hell. Is it the NSA? I don't fucking remember, man.
DHS? What?
Oh my god, I'm.
No,
fucking...
it's literally just the IRS agents.
So
Wait. Do I have my shirt?
So
wait.
what?
Wait.
I'm
I
fucking
need to get my shirt. Wait. I have a shirt for this, guys. Give me like 2 minutes. I have a shirt for this.
Alrighty, who's setting the timer?
Oh god, I fucked up my eyes.
You ever
Oh,
just
wow, no,
rub
actually-
your eyes
oh,
too
God.
hard and then you worry you're about to turn them backwards in your skull?
Oh no, I actually fucked them up. Everything's blurry.
Oh,
Did you like accidentally
Dex
scratch
is
the cornea or something?
fucking dead.
Oh wow, this is bad. This is not good.
No.
Okay, I think everything's better now.
Question mark?
I don't know.
He's hoping?
I might have fucked up my eyesight.
You'll
Just
eventually
enough for
find
the
out.
love of fraud. Somehow Dex is the first person to hospitalize himself.
I can guarantee you that statement is false.
Live on no, some first person to has to go to the hospital because of this podcast. Yeah, I would hope no one else has gone to the hospital because of this podcast. I need
That
Hunter
would be
here
an
because,
insane
like,
goal.
dear God, this bit's not supposed to be going on this long. This isn't even a bit.
Oh my God.
Shirt.
We can't see it.
The shirt is just fucking IRS is blocking the screen.
The IRS is doing a lot right now, but yeah.
The IRS can literally
I can't believe this
have a
shirt.
very
Oh,
nice shooting the Tannerite mannequin in my fucking doorway.
Okay.
Oh, you were probably
Okay.
thinking of the ATF. Was probably the one you were thinking of.
No, the ones who like not the ATF, the ones that like actively like look into your search history and shit.
All right.
So that's what I
Oh,
was saying.
no, that is the NSA.
Yeah, that's why I was saying the NSA. Yeah.
All right. All right. I've got the bit.
Okay, let's see the shirt. Let's see it, Hunter.
All right. Let's go. Check out the shirt, guys. You guys like it?
Why the fuck do you have this
Wait,
shirt?
You guys like it?
that is one of the shirts of all time.
It's a great shirt. I bought it for $25 at a convention last year.
Did you just consider stealing it?
Hey, yeah, but the guy was really cool, and I got him to know him, so I couldn't really rob him, unfortunately.
No, always rob your friends.
I don't know if I consider him a friend, more of an acquaintance. I can get you a shirt, Dex. I'm going.
Always
again
rob your
in a
acquaintances.
month. Okay, I'll get you a shirt. Okay, Mega, you want a shirt too? You want a tax fraud shirt?
You're implying I don't own it already.
Okay, well, I'll go hire.
He will
an
he will
artist to
pay
get
he will
you
pay the
a-
artist to make you a tax fraud shirt for your
I
model.
mean, I'll
Yes.
listen. Oh, okay, wait, that sounds fire.
It does sound fire. Wait, is there a tax evasion YouTuber or VTuber? Is that a thing? Certainly it is.
Every
I don't think
VTuber.
so.
Sadly,
let me look that up.
sadly searches the VTuber database.
The first thing I see is the r/HoloLive tax evasion.
I think the closest would be Pipkin Pippa. If I had to, if just off the top of my head.
What the
I
fuck are we
guess.
on?
Oh my God.
Again.
To be fair, this is easily a fun-
Okay.
For legal
actually, hold on.
reasons, this is a joke.
Okay. Also, this is actually important. The Legal Mindset YouTube channel that offers, I guess, real legal advice. The first thing when I typed in tax evasion VTuber is apparently just a video that says VTuber tax evasion exposed, where there was actually a VTuber who got caught evading taxes.
That checks.
Oh, wow.
I knew someone on my
cool.
I knew someone's on my college's Rocket League team who technically evaded taxes because he never filed how much money he made from Twitch.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
Doug, you all think this is a joke. I've never told the IRS about a single CGL payment, a single Twitch payment. Like, fuck the
joke.
IRS.
Well, here's the thing: if
They
you don't
can
make
eat
more
an
than
entire
600,
bag of dicks.
if you don't get $600 a year from CGL, you don't have to file it.
buddy, I used to be making $1,000 playoffs in CGL.
Yeah, I'm about to say we've all easily made 600 off of CGL during the
What the
DSNO
fuck?
days.
CGL off of a single season.
The fuck? Okay, I wish I wish I had the time.
What were you doing?
Back
What were you
back
doing,
back
buddy?
when it was hourly, dog. Fucking you get those 3-hour series going. Fucking you don't care that they're going map 6 because you're getting paid. You're draining Headrammer's fucking bank account.
We're still gonna be draining his bank account. Me and Dex have like a collective total of like almost 4,000 CGL tokens. We're ready to rob this man blind.
Yeah, the CGL cryptocurrency that's gonna go to
That's
zero
what it
here
is. Yeah.
in a moment.
Yeah. Honestly, you got to get in on the CGL crypto. Honestly.
Oh fuck no! Oh dear.
I was about to say,
God.
you guys are getting. I mean, I don't know about the crypto, but you guys are getting paid for something?
Occasionally.
Sometimes.
Occasionally.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Hunter, Mega, do you guys have any questions here for Jammers before we get into our final couple questions?
Yeah, I could ask what's to come. The new tried and true. The new what we want to call it. The newest topic.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it if you want to ask me that.
On the For the Love of Prod podcast. Podcast, you could say. Very important question. Actually, there might be a follow-up depending on how you answer. What is your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Anything brownie. Any sort of ice cream that's got like brownies mixed in to it, to be honest with you.
Okay,
Solid choice.
that's pretty simple. It is a solid choice. Now the real kicker, because I could see it happening. Do you consider sprinkles a sin?
Do you fuck with sprinkles?
Basically, do you fuck with sprinkles?
Not on ice cream.
On what then?
Not if
On what then?
anything. If anything, on cake. Even then, I have to really be in the mood for it. But that is maybe once a year, at most.
Interesting. I can respect it. I think.
You think?
I think. I'll have to think about it a little more.
Gotta debate that one in your head. Fair enough.
It's a really important thing to debate, honestly.
The
Keeps me awake at night.
the internal conflict within Hunter's mind is something that no one wants to deal with.
The inner workings of my mind is an enigma.
R.
I'll
It's
take you
R.
out. That's it, buddy. That's it. Have fun with your pocket.
I could just kick him.
We can see him up and there. He goes.
Fade to black.
I could just kick him from the server.
Can you do that with me?
Again, I'll talk
No,
with you later.
you're stuck.
You know, if he's not going to be here to ask another big question, like,
What if I just stole his question?
yeah, you know what? Yeah, sure, you can take his question.
Yeah, I'm stealing it. Okay, so this is completely my original. Hi, Al Gore. This is my complete and original question. Where I ask about how you got your online username because we all have online aliases or whatever the fuck Hunter normally says. I mean, I say. So yeah, how'd you get MonsterJamers?
So I can't even remember when the hell it came about. So when I first got an Xbox 360, my username at the time had gotten changed to MonsterJam 49ers. Kind of a mix between MonsterJam, like the Monster Trucks kind of league, if you will, and the 49ers, which I don't know why at the time it just meshed well, or in my mind, which later on I'm just like, okay, why do I have the 49? Or like why the tie to the 49ers specifically? So I ended up just dropping the 49 or back in like 2015, 16, can't quite remember. But I had dropped it at that point and it has stuck ever since.
All right,
Nice.
there you go.
Yeah,
I hope you know I'm actually leaving. I hope you know I'm actually leaving. I'm not coming back this time. Just want you to know.
No, but Hunter, you have to complete the bit. I stole your question. Now you have to steal mine.
Oh, you stole it. Oh, that changes the equation completely, actually.
Yeah, and shit.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Listen, today is the last day of International Women's Month. All right, I literally am legally allowed to. If you punish me,
Is it not?
then
Is it not
it's a crime.
tomorrow? Technically, is it not 31 days?
Fuck, there are 31 days.
That really. That truly was.
This comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, that truly is a woman moment right there.
What the fuck?
Chat, what is Hunter? Elaborate. Go ahead. Go ahead. Dig your own grave, buddy.
That wasn't me. This is Vice President Al Gore speaking. Actually,
Actually,
Oh dear God. Hunter, are you gonna take Mega's bit?
no.
No, take the bit.
Do I have to?
do it.
I'm forcing you to.
I mean, I'm not doing the bit. So if you don't take it, it doesn't get taken.
Well, we can't not do the bit. My God, we can't not do the bit. Do you have the emergency Hunter face on there? Just put Al Gore on it. I don't care.
Give me 2 fucking seconds, okay?
All right, I'm gonna give you 2 seconds. I'm gonna really wind this one up for you. I'm really set you up for success. So, while I am sometimes a passive, nice human being, I do occasionally like to give in to the art of rage bait and hate. So, Monster, in your time in esports, whether it was a person, whether it was an event, whatever it may be, what is something that truly grinded your gears?
To be honest,
No, lie to me, actually.
I mean, probably the thing that's grinding my gears the most is the fact that priorities have shifted so much for me at certain points over the last 10 years, to the point where I've had to take certain steps back from what I was doing and like only be a player for so long. But at the same time, had I not done that and learned from what had all transpired during those times, then I wouldn't be doing what I do today. So,
Pretty understandable. That's a pretty solid answer. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
Passing grade.
Yeah, really good answer. Honestly. Like, actually. Mega, what do you think of the answer?
I don't know. Like, I had an opinion, but the second you said good answer, my mind immediately went to like Family Feud funny moments where like somebody says some dumb shit and the entire family's clapping. I'm like, good answer, good answer, good answer. Like, yeah, that's all I got to contribute to this.
Good answer. Good answer.
The best one is always, okay, what comes out, so it's what comes after the like pork, and like it's like something following the word pork, and the answer was cupine. And everyone else like, good answer, good answer.
Good answer.
It's one of those moments where Steve Harvey kind of just has a mental breakdown live on stage.
Yep.
Can we just watch Family Feud funny moments? I especially like the one where Steve asked 2 married men, name which of the 7 dwarves describes your wife the best in bed, and neither of them buzzed in. They just sat there looking at each other like, nope.
We are
not doing
doing
it.
this.
Yeah.
And Steve's just deadpan looking for like, yep, I get it. I get it. I'm not gonna lie, I get it.
We just give up casting. We become a set of reaction channels. Just that's how we got to rake in the money.
That's how we make the money. That's how we make the money off this.
That's how we make the money.
That's how we get
make
that
the
ad
real
revenue
money.
from Google.
Let's go. We'll make the good ad revenue.
And eventually a Ridge Wallet sponsorship.
If only. Speaking of, where's our sponsors at, Dex? We're supposed to have sponsors already. Where's the T-Mobile symbol at? Where's it at? They
Of
don't
all
have
the
Plat Chat
things,
anymore.
of all the things, you choose T-Mobile.
What? T-Mobile was with
Why?
Plat Chat. Do you not remember the T-Mobile Plat Chat bit? Were you not watching the good old days?
Yes,
You weren't. Okay.
I've
Good.
told you this.
Okay, good. Well, I forget things. All right, I don't know what to tell you. Got anything else to say?
I'm disappointed.
You should be. You should be very disappointed.
Yeah, I know.
Good.
Jammers, before we sign off, is there anything you want to ask us?
Honestly, to kind of jump back to first question, what got all of you guys into esports prod?
How do we want to word this? Do we just want to shoot for the flames, or do we want to go
Yeah.
one at a time? How
Hunter,
do we go
go.
about this, guys? That's BS. I've been going first most of the time. So
Fine,
you
I'll go.
suck.
No,
Thank you, Dex.
basically, I mean, it's a really easy answer for me. My college, during my sophomore year, started an esports program, and I just said, "Fuck it, I want to be a part of it, no matter what." Even if it meant I wasn't going to make the team, I just wanted to be a part of the program. And essentially, after the first tryout, I knew like, okay, there's no way in hell I'm making this team. I mentally said to myself, like, dear God, I fucking suck. And I just went up to the program director and said, like, hey, is there anything you guys are looking for? Because I just want to be a part of it. And he said, can you cast? I'm like, sure. Yeah, I can do that. No idea what casting was. I had to literally go back to my dorm and just like, what is a caster? And I was like, oh, okay, it's a commentator. I got it. And ever since then, I was like, did that with my school for about 3 years, then split off into doing stuff outside my school. And ever since then, it's been about 3 more years since then, and it's still going.
Hell yeah. Love it.
Beautiful. Wonderful. Mine is quite different, I would say. Well, a little bit. Depends how you feel about it. So, as was alluded to earlier by Dex, myself and Mega used to play up quite a lot more. Me, especially like in the earlier days. And I reached a point where it's like, I realize I'm not going to get much better at this game. Probably not going to happen. So, I was already commenting like here or there, but it was just like for my friends. It's like, oh, they're playing these leagues. Like, I'll join in and just make sure they can get their game streamed, whatever. That's all I really did for it. And then when I played in my first grand final that got casted, I listened to it afterwards. And again, no offense to the two people that are doing this, I don't even remember the names, so I can't even feel guilty.
You can just make
It
up
was
names.
it was a David ZP and Goliath 7. Those two casters were not very good at their art. It was not a very good cast. And I was like, man, this is my first grand finals, and it doesn't feel like a special moment to look back on. From there, my mentality is, okay, I'm going to try to make things special for these players. I am going to just be like, listen, I bet I could do better. It was purely spite that drove me on forward to say, okay, I'm going to do better. And hey, turns out, guess what? Kids, spitefulness, it's okay sometimes. Sometimes it can be your driving force. It can bring you forward. Just don't let it drive you forward forever. I don't know why I'm trying to have a TED talk here, but at the same time, it's just like spite drove me forward. Spite no longer exists, not in the same realm, but it kept me going for a while. And I'm just like, oh shit, I actually enjoy this now. Well, I don't know whether to
Sometimes
be
if
happy.
that's that's fair. I mean, sometimes if that's what gets the ball rolling, then so be it. You know.
Mega, you got this.
I got what?
Oh my goodness, great.
What got you started?
I mean, nothing really specifically. Like, it was just sort of right place at the right time where they were like, hey, we need someone to yap about the game. I was dog shit, but thought I knew everything. So I just started talking and they started listening to me. And yeah, pretty much just kind of went from there. Where I just kind of bullshitted my way to the top where people thought I knew things.
As you can see, we are true professionals in this world.
I actually think Mega's the best player out of all of us.
There's a very high likelihood. And to be fair, Mega, the competition is not really fierce. To be fair.
Yeah, with the three of us.
Yeah, but I do have a plaque, so like I guess I'm technically the best. I don't know. Where's your plaque at? I know you actually you have a plaque for something else, don't you, Dex? Don't you have it was you or someone else I was talking
It was
to.
me.
I wasn't sure
I have
it was
I have a plaque.
yeah. Okay, it was you, Mega, who had the plaque. Where's
Yeah.
your plaque at, Dex? Do you have a plaque?
I have a best player on my middle school basketball team plaque.
Oh,
Hey, that
Ooh.
works. Hey, that works.
Oh. I guess that's something. You know. To be fair, it is a major award.
I don't have anything in this room that's say like, oh yeah, look, an award.
I have another award.
I mean, I don't exactly have anything I could show off either. So.
So Hunter, you're the only one that can brag about that.
Oh well, I guess so.
Yep.
It's not really feels more pretentious than anything else, but I'll take it.
Oh, it is. But
100% is.
100%. Honestly,
So.
you know what?
I definitely don't have it in the back of like every single cast and podcast I ever do, not intentionally, you know.
Unless when you have your green screen up and we decide that you should go invisible.
Yeah, the green screen that hasn't been up in like 6 months. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it's been a while. But I think that's a good point. That's good as a point as any to wrap up this episode. MonsterJamers, again, thank you so much, man, for coming out this week and being our guest.
No problem. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, it was really fun to have you on, man. Mega, Hunter, as always, thank you guys, and thank you everyone who watched or listened to this one. Make sure you follow us on Spotify and subscribe to us on YouTube so you guys always see when the new episodes go up. As always, they go up every Tuesday. And make sure you join us next week for another great episode of For the Love of Prod. And as always, I don't know who it will be. You'll figure it out when I do. But until then, hope you have a good week and see you next week.